Sheshatshiu. So we're in here at the, I guess, pre-treatment room. So we've got a hoist in front of me. So just give you a complete view of the room. So you can see ahead of me are the air lines from the compressors that go up to the lagoon itself. But it has a grinder pump as well as a bar screen. So the grinder pump is in the far front and the bar screen is just ahead of me. And then there's a rake that's used at the bar screen. But this is a valve system that comes in from the grit removal chambers, the concrete chambers on the outside. So this is a classified area because of the potential odors. There's a little bit of a sewage odor and smell. And then from this room, there's a couple of pumps that pump it directly to the sewage lagoon. See just down below, there's a bit of a sump there. So this is the compressor room and HVAC. So the compressors right now are out of service, replacing some bearings. So ahead of me is the HVAC unit, and then there's a series of 3 compressors. I'll just walk around. And the biggest challenge they're having now with servicing these is actually finding an appropriate jacking system so they can actually take the units out. Smile.
We're on camera.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't have any, there's no control back to here anyway. It's a local control panel. See here? Hold on, so it's okay.
See where else they shut everything else off. Everything, I got shut off, everything, except for that.
That's your pump. Well, that's because he's probably like the standard.
So we're moving into the UV room. So down below you can see a partial flume. So that's a flow measuring device, so it measures the effluent discharge out of the UV channel. And on the other side, you see the UV channel. So there's a series of light banks, one of which is hanging on the side, and those are inserted into those slots. And I guess each individual bank has its own sort of plug-in. You can see a series of, I guess those are plug-ins for the units, and they're, you can see, each inserted into those banks. I'll just take a hike down right into the channel. So I mentioned before, we've got these series of bulbs. You can see the individual bulbs in that one bank, and that's fitted into these individual slots. And then looking ahead, you can see the partial flume that discharges from the UV. And all the various banks of UVs are set up or resting against the side of the on the wall here. Back into the compressor room. So you've got a hot water heater there. We got the water master PLC, which is locked. And this is the lab area. Shower area, toilet. And the electrical room. just take a walk around the outside of the building. As you can see up against the building, that blue receptacle is for an external genset. So the concrete basin ahead of me is the grit chamber. So it's a 2-compartment system, and I get to remove grit to some degree. There's the front of the building, or back of the building, depending on which perspective you want. So 2 access ways, one to the classified area, which is the pre-treatment, and then the other access is into the lower room. So this is the west side of the building, where the UV system is.